Hey YouTube, today I'm going to talk about my quick connect for my battery on my 14-foot Lund. As you can see here, I got two heavy-duty wires. I believe this is 8 gauge, and I've crimped on two connectors here for connecting to the battery, and I've used heat shrink wrap on the negative side, and I used red for the positive side to make it easier for me to identify. Coming over here to this side, I've used a Andrerson connector. Again, very easy to do. You basically just crimp the wires onto the connector, and then you slide the wires into the back, and that little piece of metal there is what you slid in. Very easy to do and works very easily. Okay, so the reason I am doing this setup is my battery in my Lund is way under my seat, and sometimes what I find is taking the alligator clips and reaching under there and plugging them in is not necessarily the easiest, especially when I'm not in the boat and it's just parked in my garage. So what I'm going to do by the end of this is I will have my Andrerson connector, because it's got a hole in it. It's actually got 2 holes in it. I'm going to screw it into the side metal here when I'm all done, and that way I'll be able to lean over and just plug it in even when I'm standing outside of the boat. Okay, now we're just connecting the negative and the positive. So we're just tightening these up, and we actually have a lock washer on these. That way when we're bouncing around, these aren't going to come loose. Now with both of those tight, we're going to find a position to mount our Andrerson connector. Okay, so I haven't quite finished my wiring, strapping it up. I got my engine wire, my fish finder wire. The Andrerson connector right here is going to go right here at the edge of the seat, so it's still covered, just in case it rains. It's just out of the weather, but still good access to reach in and plug in. The Andrerson connector has a little cover here, and I find when you cover it, it actually makes the width a bit wider, so I can't actually screw the Andrerson connector directly to the aluminum boat. Otherwise this will pull it away from the boat. So what I'm going to do is I got a chunk of rubber here, and I drilled 2 holes in it, so I'm going to go right through the Andrerson connector into the rubber, which should just bring me out just enough that I can put the cover on and off when I don't need it. Perfect. So let's screw this on. Okay, so I pre-drilled my first holes. I'm gonna grab my Robertson bit. So Robertson number 2. Okay, so here's my piece of rubber. I'm using Robertson number 2 screws. They're stainless steel, made for sheet metal. So we'll just start by putting one in. And it's a tight fit in here, so. Okay, so now with the screw in, and I got you focused here, the screw goes into the rubber hole that I've already pre-drilled. And then from there into this side of the boat, that's already also pre-drilled. So we'll just get one in. same thing in the back. Snug them both up. And that's not going anywhere. From here, I'll finish wrapping up all my wires. And I got these double-sided wire holders from Canadian Tire. And these things are awesome. I use them everywhere. Okay, now that we got that all done, we can zip tie all our wires up. And I got these nice double-sided tape zip tie holders, and I use these everywhere all over the boat for all my wiring. Just keeps the wires nice and clean and out of the way. Cut that off. Okay, so here's the Andrerson connector. You can see I got that little space there, just so when I need to I can put the cover on. Upside down. Cover just slides on like that, so it's covered and protected. And then when I need to charge, I just pull this boot off, let it hang over the side of the boat. And so on this side, I have this connector. I have this going to a solar panel for when I'm out camping, or I also have it attached to some jumper cables, so I can just hook it right onto my generator just to charge. Or I've also made it where I can hook this up to my charger in my garage. So it's easy, just plug it in, charging, and then when it's done charging, I can just quickly unplug it and move on, instead of hanging my head way in there trying to figure out which one's positive, which one's negative. It's just much easier. Just plug it in, charge, and unplug it. Super easy. Thanks for watching my video today. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments below, or if you want to see me make another boat related video, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you and have a great day.